So, I have beat Ninja Gaiden 4. Took me about 25 hours. Played it on the Xbox Series X, and I'm here to review it. Let's get it. What's going on, you guys? Gaming Addict here, coming at you with another review. Today, we're going to be reviewing Ninja Gaiden 4. First off, I want to be very clear that I am not a Ninja Gaiden fan. Didn't really put a whole lot of time into the past entries of the franchise. I've played a bunch of them, but I didn't beat any of them. So Ryu Hayabusa is a legend to me in general because I've seen him so many times throughout the years, but I never really knew his story to that degree. They released the new one, the Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, that remake, and that was really nice. But when it comes to this, they also announced Ninja Gaiden 4. And shout out to Xbox, shout out to Team Ninja, shout out to Platinum. They provided your boy with a code to play it and give you guys my opinion on it. So first thing we're going to break into the story. Then we're going to go into gameplay, overall style, graphics, performance, the works. So pretty much the story when it comes down to it is, obviously, you have a new character. And, Yamako, I believe that's his name. I always be butchering these people's name. He is from the Raven clan, and he's pretty much the main character of this game. One thing I will say is the story in this game starts strong. It grabs your attention early, setting up mystery, betrayal, and some genuine cool lore moments. It's not groundbreaking by any means of the stretch of the imagination, but it's engaging enough to make you want to see what happens next. What really carries it is the actual sensei that you have. I really enjoy it. It's the characters, man. Characters in this game are great. Like I said, you got the sensei, you got Ryu Hayabusa. Got a lot of people in here, man. And in my opinion, some of the characters didn't get enough screen time. Now, obviously, there's a lot of the side missions that I didn't do. But I would say there might be some side mission quests that give them a little bit more screen time. But if you go through it and, kind of B-roll through the story, it's not like I did it intentionally. It's just I played the game and that's just what happened, and I didn't see a whole lot, so I might be missing it. I don't know. So developers actually, they respect Ryu. Hayabusa's clan been legendary for the longest time. The new character feels like an extension, but it's not a replacement for him. And this is one of the biggest issues I've always had with these type of games is look at something like Halo, Master Chief, and you got Spartan Locke. I felt like they were so obsessed with passing the torch to Spartan Locke, they didn't care how the fans would feel that love Master Chief. It's not a very easy character to pass the torch from. And I feel like they did a really good job on this passing the torch. There's been plenty of passing the torches in gaming in the past few years, but I do feel like they did a solid experience with this one in particular. But it's not all perfect, when it comes to the story. The pacing takes a huge hit in the game. Certain chapters feel extremely stretched way past their natural end. And it starts to mess with the story flow. By the finale, kind of felt rushed. Like the past 2 hours of the game, I'll be honest with you, it felt rushed. Is it a bad rush? No, I wouldn't say it took away from my enjoyment of the overall experience, but I would say that it was a lot of unfinished pacing and a lot of uneven pacing that made me feel that they missed the ball and they missed a moment. They had some really set up straight moments that they missed. And I feel like if there were certain aspects of the game that they, rethought of maybe a little bit, went back to the drawing board and really figured out how they wanted to implement this stuff into the story, into the gameplay, would have been good. To me, when you reuse bosses, you reuse assets in general, levels, sometimes it makes sense and sometimes you can pull it off. But in this particular moment, I feel like it's an excuse on how they did it. Because how they did it in a way where they'll get a pass. Because I do feel they set it up to do it correctly. But in my opinion, what they did works, but there were so many more things that I could think of that they could have done to make this story intertwine better. Because you got to keep in mind, this is about Yakumo, this is about Ryu as a core post for both game for the entire game. So got to do a little bit better on how you implement both the characters. But it doesn't take away from the story overall. besides the, the ending feeling like it dropped a little bit, and maybe it was rushed a little. But then keep in mind, like I said, I am not a Ninja Gaiden fan. This could all be lore related, and I'm just ignorant to the fact because I never played them. Let's talk about graphics and the style of this game. Graphically, it's all right. I don't think you guys are gonna like go to Twitter or go to X, I guess that's what we're calling it, or post on Facebook, it's the greatest looking game you've ever seen, because I don't think that's the case. Ninja Gaiden 4, it looks good. Doesn't look great, doesn't look bad. I do think it meets the standards to what you would need to consider it a good looking game. Not amazing by any stretch of the imagination, but I think it's good. It's clearly the reason that they picked dark tones in the game. Almost everything in this game is a dark hallway, or you're fighting physically at night, or the only type of, light you have is the lanterns on the map. There's reasons they did stuff like this. There's not a whole lot of NPCs in the game. It's a very vacant world, but it's supposed to be an apocalypse Japan, so that kind of makes sense overall. But the style along with the graphics, I think, is where it's going to escape that criticism a whole lot, because the style is great. First off, it's one of the goriest games that your boy has seen in a long time. You can decapitate people, chop people in half, chop arms. That's to the point where they brought back, because I saw it in Ninja Gaiden Black too, Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, where you will cut them in half and they will crawl to you and jump on you and explode. They brought that back. And the fact that enemies could crawl to you with no legs, no lower extremity of their body there, is always a cool thing. Gore is present 100% in this game, and I enjoy that, because I feel like these days the way gaming is, and the way, like, especially some of the political landscaping where everyone wants to see if you're over 18 and everyone wants the age verification thing, it's nice that some games actually take that M-rated and they actually make a game M-rated. It's like these are for adults, and I'm with that. Now, let's get to combat, because I do feel the combat in this game, chef's kiss. Now, my last thing, I compared this to like a Dark Souls thing, and I didn't necessarily compare it. Maybe I could have worded it a little bit better. I was just saying a difficult game. Wasn't necessarily saying that it was a Souls-like game in general. Souls-like games to me is where you go find the soul, you die, you lose your souls. If you die again, you lose them permanently. You level up. That to me is what a Souls-like game. Maybe you guys can put in the comment section about what you think is a Souls-like game. To me, I would put this more towards like a Devil May Cry, those type of games. In the form that works good, man. Probably say this is the Devil May Cry before Devil May Cry. I don't know what came out first, Devil May Cry or Ninja Gaiden. I'm sure someone will comment in the comment section and correct me. You could jump right in and feel powerful, but if you want to master these ranks and perfect combos, it's gonna take some skill. Every fight feels cinematic. Every swing has weight, and the impact animations, they sell every time. And I think that's the biggest thing. Like, never got bored when I did any of those kill animations. They all look phenomenal. They all implied something. They all brought something. When you saw and you actually did that, you was like, yo, that was wild. It's not just button mashing either. Spacing, timing, and dodge calculation matters. With the parry system, all this, it all matters. When it clicks, you feel unstoppable. And you generally feel unstoppable. The weapons, man. The game doesn't overload you with the weapons. It just gives you enough, and every one of them feels unique. You've got options for close range chaos or long range precision, and swapping between them mid-fight completely changes your flow. There's no going into the menus and changing stuff. I will say every weapon has its own unique skills that you can unlock. It's got a general combat system that you can go through and unlock. It's got a lot of options. You are able to play this game exactly how you want to play this. And I think a lot of people are going to really enjoy that. One thing I didn't expect from this is stealth-like. I know. Stealth-like in a ninja type of game. But generally when I see these, never felt like they focused them on stealth at all. It was always an option, or it seemed like they push in combat more towards you than anything. They don't really want you to sneak up on people and do anything. But Platinum Games look like, this, in my opinion, is where their influence came through. You can sneak around, assassinate enemies, and clear rooms without being seen. It's not super deep like a Tenchu or a Splinter Cell, but it adds the authentic ninja flavor. It's a nice change of pace between the heavy combat encounters and makes you feel like a real assassin from time to time. Because, I'm going to be honest with you, most of the time, you're not going to be assassinating anyone, but there are assassination parts in the game. Now, I will say, I respect how they encountered the approachability in this game. For the most part, I will say if you die a few times, it quietly gives you healing items to, help push you through hand holding. Just a smart balancing. The one criticism I would give to this is it seems like it's forced. It seems like there's no aspect in here where they're going to give you the option to not take it. So essentially what happens is, let's say you die 5 times and you got no health items. Whoever your sensei, if you're Yakumo, or, Ryu will have another person, they will give you in the death screen the lowest of whatever health that you don't have. So let's say if you, out of all health, you'll get the lowest health, and then if you max those out and you don't win, then they'll give you the highest one out there. And before you know it, you have all your health items back. I think part of me is like, I'm okay with that, because that is a good way of having approachability in here and getting more people to try your game out, and like clearing the gap of difficult and not difficult, but doing a good middle ground so you don't feel like you're lowering the difficulty of the entire game to meet the demands of, the casuals that might want to try this. But I do feel like, in my case, you should be able to turn it off. Now, I don't know if you can turn it off. You might be able to. I didn't really explore too many options when it comes to that. But I will say, if that isn't in the game, they need to put that in the game, because I have no problem with what down. It's just, I know a lot of people are going to be like, look, I don't want handy downs. I don't want, give outs. I want to take my ass whooping like a man and keep going in there without being forced potions down my throat. Boss fights. Boss fights are where it all comes together. Each boss is distinct, visually, mechanically, and they tie into the lore, evolve during the fight, and consistently force you to adapt. Oh my God, you can't just spam your favorite combo either. Even though you could do that to a degree, it does feel like they have programmed these bosses to fight differently depending on how you're fighting. To a degree, I don't know. I didn't beat them multiple times with different things, but it did feel like they would change up on me a little bit. Every boss feels like a mini event, intense, cinematic, and just satisfying. Now, I will say when it comes to bosses, is what I enjoyed about boss fights in Ninja Gaiden 4 is it felt like it was all on me or all on them. It felt like I can either take him out or he could take me out. It didn't feel like a bullet sponge, because if you do your combos right and you hit them the way you're supposed to, you could take them out fairly quick. But they could take you out quick too, and I like that, man. I like that give and take where both of us are getting dealt with. I like that pretty good, man. Pretty good. Now, performance, man. Ran good to me. I didn't have no real issues with performance. I felt like it was very seamless. Now, there was sometimes when you do the transitions where maybe I think there was one time I had to like reset because I didn't fully spawn on the map, especially when you're doing some of the, platforming. And, I didn't really talk about the platforming a whole lot. I don't want to go too much into it, but it's not platforming. It's like very visually, very stunningly appealing platforming. It's not made for difficulty. It's made for style. And I really enjoy that platforming. I'm not even going to put that on the screen because I don't want to ruin that. I think you guys would enjoy that. Performance, though, runs great. And I feel like that's the reason the game probably doesn't look as good as it could look, is because Team Ninja, Platinum, probably Platinum, because I think they're doing the bulk of the work on this game, was like, look, we got to make sure that this game runs good. It can look good, but if it runs good, we'll actually get more feedback in the long run. And I think that was the right choice. That's my opinion on what happened with that. But at the end of the day, Ninja Gaiden 4 is just fun. It's stylish, bloody, fast, and unapologetically old school. And I mean that in the best ways possible. It respects the legacy of Ryu Hayabusa. I hope I pronounced that right. You guys are going to butcher me in the comment section if I didn't. Gives fans a new character worth caring about, and delivers satisfying gameplay that's not easy to learn, but it's hard to master. Right? It's easy to learn, but hard to master. Yeah, the story paces. It stumbles, definitely. Near the end, final, feels a bit rushed. But the combat, bosses, and visuals more than make up for it. If you're into Ninja Gaiden or any other type of action adventure type of game like this, I call it room clearing. You clear a room, go to the next room, clear a room. That's what I call it. That's what I call it. And normally I don't like these type of games, but I like this game. Or you just miss that high action vibe. This is absolutely worth your time. If you enjoyed this review, make sure you hit that like button, you guys. That's my review for Ninja Gaiden 4. Played this on the Xbox Series X. And once again, you know, shout out to Microsoft, shout out to Team Ninja, Platinum. Shout out to you guys for allowing me to play this game and give my community my feedback on it. And it's good. I think it's definitely worth your time. You know, I always let you guys decide whether or not you're going to buy something. I give you guys the tools to make your own decision. I'm not your daddy. Okay, that's up to you. I'm not your parents. You decide what to do with your money. But anyway, that's it for the review. Put in the comment section below what you guys think. Definitely, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. More reviews coming out. Got the Outer Worlds 2 review coming out here soon. In the comment section below, put your favorite Ninja Gaiden game. I saw a lot of people say Ninja Gaiden 2 interesting or Ninja Gaiden 2 Black. I don't know if there's a difference between the two. I don't know. I might go back and stream these games. But put in the comment section below. Very curious your guys' opinion and appreciate all the support you guys are giving. And until next time, that was my review on Ninja Gaiden 4. Peace.